Hey, welcome to the Youngblood podcast. My name is Joshua Clifton, and I'm here with my new friend we're going to get to know together, Apaltry. Joel from Apaltry. Yeah, that's what they're doing. There's so many people.
There's so many people over
with
there in the
fans
stands.
on, and it's
I can barely hear myself talk.
Right.
It's like the Beatles.
Yeah, like Shea Stadium style. Yeah, man. Joel. Nice to meet you, man. We just met maybe 30 minutes ago. Maybe I'm a bad judge of time, so maybe it was an hour ago. But anyway,
maybe even more.
Maybe we've
met
been
one
here
time for so long.
We have. We've been sitting here, sharing space, trying to get to know each other without getting too deep, because this was the time we came here to get to know you. If you're new to the podcast, I, Joshua Clifton, will have a guest on, and we'll talk about your story as a creative, and right now you're a musician. If I was going to say you're kind of I feel like you're an artist, and we can get into this in a second. An artist that has a lot. You're not trying, if I'm so bold to say, to stop at just music. You're trying to do more than just music.
That's correct.
Okay, we'll get there. Yeah. Because I think when I went to go watch your videos, and we'll get on this, that's what was screaming at me. Is like, you've got a lot of ideas.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, but along the way to get to be Apaltry, my friend Joel here had started somewhere and go, I want to be more than just a listener. We all take in music or art in all forms and ways. Maybe it's a book, maybe it's a Quentin Tarantino film, maybe it's something your mom watched and you just picked up something else subliminally from it, But we're all blenders, and but there was probably a time where you were taking all this in and you go, I want to make my own version of this. Do you remember maybe what that moment was for you?
Oh, God.
Take your time, too.
I feel like I must have been really young, because I feel like something in me has been sparking since I was a little kid.
Yeah.
Like ever since I was 5, 6, 7, maybe even 8 or 9 or 10. Or
keep going, buddy.
But I've always been fascinated with like instruments.
Yeah.
So I'd want to learn how to play them.
Well, what was the first thing? What was the first thing that like caught your ear or eye in a way? That you go, so you're fascinated with sound. Sonically, it seems like you've been. Do you remember a song on the radio that kind of led you there, or was it someone showing you a guitar or a piano, or maybe you heard a drum beat somewhere, or?
I think a very young memory is probably like the Beastie Boys, maybe.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Like Sabotage. I was like, what is this? It's crazy.
Yeah, because they were the best, dude.
Yes. And I was like, I think that also like opened my eyes up to more like, it doesn't have to stay to one genre.
Right.
It could be more than just like a rap group. It could be like rap mixed with like rock and like other things, and it was just like
they painted with all the colors of the rainbow there. Sonically. They can't stand. Oh man, God, such a good song.
It's a good song,
and such a great example, I think, of what I was saying earlier about you. Like, there seems to be where you're not. I listened to several of your. Logan had sent me your YouTube, which will be in the show notes if you guys want to check out. But I felt like you had a lot of kind of that sabotage aggression in the in your delivery. But also I didn't see like a genre necessarily. I saw someone expressing themselves with a wide brush.
Yeah, of course.
In similar ways, it was still you. It was still your style.
Mm-hmm.
What would you put? What would you say? I mean, hip hop.
Oh, I guess so. I mean,
rap. I mean, like
I can't even think of like what to.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know if you had a name, like no. Because I can't. I wouldn't. I would say I heard. Well, I heard a lot of influence from like stuff, even like maybe NWA kind of stuff, or like old school hip hop, rap, West Coast, and but I also heard like Wu-Tang. Do you like Wu-Tang at all?
That stuff.
Oh man, dude.
I mean,
Tribe and Roots and all this stuff, man. I love all that stuff, dude.
It's good stuff.
Yeah. But I also heard like, I mean, do you listen to metal at all?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I felt like there was some metal influence in there, like, which was weird. Now I don't listen. So what's crazy is like people would probably look at me and go like, "That guy knows all the metal. I know very little metal." I just listed off so much hip hop, and they would probably think I would be a dummy when it came to that. But what was your influence metal wise? I mean, because I think you agreed with me with all the hip hop I just named.
Yeah.
Was there? I guess first off, what instead of me just painting that large brush, was there, other than Beastie Boys, was there another moment that you picked up, another record, hip hop record, that before we move on to the metal or the harder rock side of things?
I mean, Beastie Boys, Tribe Called Quest, fantastic. Not a single bad song.
No.
Just like, but then like other things would open up, and I would. At a very young age, I was just exposed to a bunch of good music because
who showed you?
I think it was my aunt.
Yeah.
She had a full room full of like drums, guitars, basses, everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, "Can I play this?"
Joel, this is what we're getting to, man. This is what we wanted.
So then she would allow me to play them as long as I wanted to, and that's when I really just hopped on anything.
What's your aunt's name?
I don't remember.
You don't remember her name? Auntie?
Yeah.
I just wanted to shout out to her. That's awesome, though. We need those people in our lives to give us the keys of the kingdom, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she opened a whole world to you that you didn't know you could express yourself with.
Yeah, definitely. I think I picked up my first, like, the bass, and I was just playing, like, the simple Seven Nation Army, the White Stripes.
Boom, boom,
yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. Like that, and I feel like people learn that. They also learn bum, 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 bum. But I feel like they learn that one quickly. And then what's the other one they go to?
Smoke on the Water.
Smoke on the Water. Yes, you knew it. You knew it. That's so good. It's those three. Why is it those three?
Easy.
I guess so. They're easy for the ear to find, I think. Maybe they're all in E, and that's why they're like the first one. They go, "Oh, there's the first note. All right, we're halfway there." Anyway, that's awesome.
Early metal, I'd definitely say like easily Metallica, Megadeth, just standard classics.
Okay, so Metallica I do know, and Megadeth I know some. Although I didn't, I'll say that I probably owe them an apology because they're obviously great. You know, I just never got into it.
Yeah,
but I have mad respect for them.
Old stuff probably the best.
Yeah?
Yeah.
If you're getting in the... Actually, so during this podcast, in the audio version, we'll be playing a song. We had already played Sabotage, and we would have came back from it. And and then there'll be a playlist on Spotify and iTunes and in the notes of this it will be your soundtrack with your songs and all these songs that we mentioned.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And if you're listening to this, head over there right now and be our friend. And those show notes are your friend to find everything. If you hung out here this long, you obviously want to go follow this dude. Anyway, yeah.
I mean, come on.
But that being said, wait, what song were we just on? You said Megadeth. I was saying Megadeth and
Metallica.
I don't know, I lost it, man. I was saying something right there. We'll come back to it here in a second. But we were anyway. Oh yeah, what Megadeth song? Because obviously I know the hits.
Mm-hmm.
But and maybe that's a good thing to go. Maybe I need to be a refresher. What Megadeth song would you play for someone that you thought, if you don't like this, maybe Megadeth isn't your thing? This song will start playing right.
Oh gosh.
It's a lot of pressure.
Classic, probably. Holy Wars.
Holy Wars.
It's got really good riffs in there.
Yeah.
It is like a long song though.
Hey. That's what's great about the internet. I haven't found the end of it yet. So
But it's a good song.
All right.
Very technical.
Awesome. So that's playing right now. Anyway, so Holy Wars, Megadeth.
Good stuff.
Yeah. And so after that, so that you had your love for hip hop and you're getting your metal. What else in the metal world? Kind of like, was there, so your auntie opened up your this door to music. You started exploring with the bass. You started exploring with other instruments at all?
At one point, I'd say I hopped on the drums.
Okay.
Because I heard just like all the metal stuff, and I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But I never really did much on it because it's just all of your body needs to move.
Not all of us can be a Logan Gabaldon, I'm telling you that. You know,
and then eventually I made my way to guitar, which is the only one I really pursued out of all of them.
Right on.
So.
And did you ever play with a band or anything like that?
Yeah.
Yeah? Was it a metal band?
No, it wasn't actually.
What kind of band was it?
I think somehow I transitioned into making like indie music, like acoustic stuff.
Okay. Let's talk about this phase of your life. How old were you there?
Had to be like 18 onwards.
So what girl sent you on this journey?
It was a girl.
I know.
Because I was in my middle phase in high school.
Yeah.
And then she introduced me to a bunch of like indie artists, like
yeah, she did.
And and I was like, okay, this is different. But
what indie artists did she introduce you to? What did you play a Paramore song for her?
Oh no.
Okay, just checking. I just wanted to make sure which rabbit hole we were going down.
The most notable one was a band called The Shins.
Oh, so she was cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
This was a good one. She probably made you watch Garden State.
Yeah.
Yeah. Such a good movie.
Yeah, and then I guess that's when I really took the guitar seriously, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna actually learn more than just simple riffs and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like learn what a chord is and a bar chord and just how to play a bunch of notes, and then how to not cover songs anymore and just make my own stuff.
Yeah.
And then that's when I started making my own stuff, and then
that's cool.
Yeah.
Man, that's awesome though. That was like a good bridge into what you're doing now.
I think it's like the core moment that's just like branched into me doing a bunch of other things.
That's awesome.
Which is weird, but
no, I think you became. It's almost like you got the tools you needed. Like you finally could connect all those other things you learned along the way. At that moment, you're like, now I can express myself the way I need to. Now I can start talking with my voice.
Yeah, before that, I was just like finding all these songs fascinating, and I wanted to play them.
Yeah.
But I never thought for a second that I could just make my own thing until then.
Before we get away from this moment real quick, during this Shins moment, what song?
The Shins era?
Yeah, Shazera is what we're going to call it, the Shazera. Before this girl broke your heart.
Well, okay. How do you know that?
Because it happened.
Well, maybe I was the one to leave or something else. I don't know.
Dude, no one that covers shins for a girl ever chooses to leave because I've done it. I'm that same dude, man. You and I. The only reason I know all this is because I'm that same dude.
It's funny.
Yeah. What was your favorite? Like during that moment, your favorite like indie song or indie band? Was it the Shins? Manchester Orchestra?
Oh, I was just about to say that.
I know.
How do you know?
I know. I'm telling you, we're the same.
We live the same life somehow.
No, somehow.
Yeah, Manchester Orchestra.
Yeah, was it Mean Everything to Nothing?
Oh
that
yeah,
record?
of course. And then right around that time that I found them, like Simple Math came out, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this is great. I love this.
That Andy Hall did.
Yeah, I even got their tattoo.
I saw it.
I got their logo tattooed on me. Saw them a few times.
Me too. I was at that Mean Everything to Nothing CD release in Nashville with Fun's first show. You know the band Fun?
Mm-hmm.
It was their first show because they used to be in a band called The Format, which is like one of my wife and I's favorite band. But
I remember
that's another story.
My first experience with Manchester Orchestra. I went to go watch their show, and it turns out that they weren't actually performing there because I guess they didn't sell enough tickets or something. So then they moved to a different, smaller location.
What town was this in? Dallas?
Somewhere in Dallas, yeah. It was like something ballroom.
Oh, yeah. Southside Ballroom.
It wasn't that one. It was like a smaller one than that.
Oh.
And I was
it's
like...
the only ballroom I knew about.
There was still like so many people there, so I was confused as to why they moved it to a smaller place. Because it was like packed.
Yeah.
There was no barricade.
Badass show, though.
It was crazy.
Yeah, man.
I'd
rather be at that show.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're such a good band, dude. My best friend just saw them and Jimmy World are on tour right now together, and they just say they're just flawless. They're great.
They know
they
how
get
to play as
better
a band.
every record. Man. What's your favorite Manchester Orchestra song?
Oh, man. I really
this
like...
This is tough.
It's
tough. Real tough because they're so personal.
Because it's like...
Those songs sound like you wrote them from another life.
So like, do I want to pick the one that I think sounds good or the one that means the most to me?
Tell me both. I need to know both now.
I really love their first album.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about it, but like every single
Collie
song
Strings,
it's good. Collie Strings great.
That's it, huh?
That's
the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what's the other one?
The other one is probably...
Like, that one was the one that means the most to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
All right. And now which one's your favorite? Or which one do you think's the best or whatever?
I really love The River. That's a good song.
Yeah, not to get too dark, but the I Can Feel a Hot One.
Oh, that's a good one.
That song can be interpreted. I don't know. I think I know what that song's about because I think I heard Andy Hall do an interview about it, or maybe my friend told me about it. But I'm not 100% sure, and I almost don't look it up because that song means something totally different to me.
Mm-hmm.
That during a time where my wife and I were going through, we had a miscarriage, like that song really did a number on me in the sense of like couldn't listen to it for a while and then helped me heal. And during that, and such a badass song, dude. Mm-hmm. That dude is a poet.
That
and
guy can write
almost prophetically. It's something about him. And this is the Andy Hall Appreciation Hour.
His side project. Right Away
Great Captain.
I can never
Right
say
Away
it.
Great Captain, but it's not easy, dude.
Yeah.
And when two people are doing it, forget it. Let's try it. One, and on the count of three, already? 1, 2, 3. Right Away Great Captain. Hell yeah! High five that.
What the hell?
All right. And so
when I found Manchester Orchestra, it opened up to me finding that, and then I was like, oh wow, like these are good songs, like not just the song but like the lyrics, because I never really paid attention to the lyrics. I just like heard the song and the melody and I was like, this sounds good. And then that's when I started to actually like write.
Yeah.
and then like actually sit there and write the lyrics and stuff.
So Andy Hull for you was almost like he taught you how to write, maybe.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So maybe you caught a lot of the melody from, you got your aggressiveness from the Beastie Boys a little bit, and which is weird because you also kind of you probably got some hip hop and like that flow from them into probably Tribe or something like that, and then you go over to the Megadeths and the Metallicas, and you get a little bit more aggressive with the way you tell the story, but you still don't know what to say. And then Andy Hull comes in after you've had your heart beat around a little bit with by a girl, and which stretched you as a musician. But
yeah, you could say that.
Yeah, but maybe not the way you would have naturally gone. But sometimes where love takes us, takes us where we didn't know we were going to end up. Man, I've been there. I could tell you the same story. You'd be like, "Yeah, me too." And then you found Andy Hull, and he taught you how to put all that together, and how to put the words to it. And now you're Apaltry.
And then,
not yet.
Not yet. No.
Hold on, people.
We
got more. We got more.
I think at that point I was just branching out in so many different ways. And eventually I came to like the sad, slow acoustic part of my life.
Oh,
where
okay.
it's like,
yes, this is a good part actually.
Yeah, the Right Away Great Captain, the Joji stuff.
Yeah. What did you call yourself at this point? Because I bet you it was an awesome name. An awesome name that you're kind of embarrassed of, maybe, or you actually like it.
This was when I made a band that was called Seasonal Upswing.
Seasonal Upswing.
Yeah.
That's not a bad name.
Thank you.
Look, I think any name that doesn't suck or make you hate it right away, or like you can immediately find a problem with it, is a good one, because then you just have to be badass and it becomes a great name, right?
Yeah.
Like Foo Fighters are an idiot name unless you're the Foo Fighters. Then it's awesome. You know what I mean? The Beatles is a bad name unless you're the Beatles. Then it's awesome.
Spelt wrong.
I know. That's why it's dumb. But it's great because you're the Beatles. So you started Seasonal Upswing. And
yes.
Seasonal Upswing was influenced by... hold on a second. Let me see if I can pull it out here. So you went from Manchester Orchestra. Oh, you already said it was like Right Away Great Captain. You were probably listening to...
I want to say it's bands that aren't really that popular. There's like Chris Staples.
Yeah.
Mimicking Birds.
Yeah.
And I got into Modest Mouse a lot.
Yeah. Chris Staples. Is Chris Staples from 238? Chris Staples?
Yeah.
Dude.
He's good.
So good.
He's
so good. Did you ever listen to 238?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh my gosh, that 40-hour increments or modern day prayer. See, all right, cool. I'm with you. I'm tracking with you. We hit the same points. I just hit it sooner than you did on that one. Mm-hmm. I'd already gone through that before I got my heart ripped around. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I just found, I guess, beauty in talking about depressing things, and
yeah,
it just helps. It helps heal, and also helps in other ways, I guess.
It does. It's therapy, man.
Really good mixed bag of emotions that whole time frame of my life.
So how long was that season?
At least like 6 years.
Okay.
A long time, but
that's a good chunk of time, dude. That's awesome, though.
Yeah.
That's good to be doing something that long. You believed in it. Seasonal Upswing. So that's from what time to what time frame? Do you got a rough ballpark? Had to been 2000, 2008?
Oh, actually, it was way longer, I think. Because I started writing songs that I would then release under Seasonal Upswing back in 2013. And I released something, I think, under in 2018. Wait, I'm still...
That was awesome. Jiminy Cricket showed up. Go ahead.
I mean, it's still on the... It's still there. It's not canceled yet. So, I mean, like, if I ever feel those emotions again, I'll just write again.
Right on.
Release stuff. But I think...
You said 2013?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's probably when I really started to do it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And so you did that up until about 4 years ago? 3 years ago?
I mean, it's still going on. It's just not like at the...
Not at the forefront of something.
Right now, it's Apaltry.
Yeah, we're getting there, baby. So you did that for 6 years, and that's still available online. We'll put that in the show notes.
Yeah.
Is there a song you'd prefer to play here that I can grab online to put here, or you can send me a copy? Seasonal Upswing.
I mean, it's not like released everywhere, but there's a song. I guess it is. It's My Lowest Swing.
My Littlest Swing?
My Lowest Swing.
My Lowest Swing, sorry. My Lowest Swing. All right, you're hearing that right now. My Lowest Swing. All right, by Seasonal Upswing. And so you're put that on the back burner, not done, but on the back burner, and you said, I need to express myself in another way. 6 years of doing that. Felt good, but I have other ways to express myself. And is this where Apaltry came into play?
Yeah, I think I'd say so. I think this was like the 2020, 2021 era.
Okay, we're all at home because of COVID.
Yeah. I guess like TikTok blew up, or at least to me. I just found out about TikTok during this time.
Yeah, it's a good time for everyone too.
And this song kept on playing over and over, and I was like, what is this? This is weird. I never heard this type of rap music before. And then I would look him up. I'd be like, this is strange. It's not like the normal hip hop I would listen to. And then eventually I would come around and only listen to him. And it was Freddie Dredd.
Freddie Dredd. What song?
Hello, Goodbye.
Hello, Goodbye right here. And that's the song that you listen to over and over. Like you just love this dude. And it kind of put a bug in you to start Apaltry.
Yeah, he's really quick. And I didn't realize how quick he can make rap music. Okay. But like, just the fact that I know that he makes all of it himself really motivated me to be like, whoa, I can make this whole thing from scratch myself and just say whatever on the track.
Right.
It doesn't have to be like this poem that like takes forever.
Just you expressing how you feel right there, or something you think sounds cool.
So I bought the software, which is FL Studio.
Yeah. And
I spent like a year off and on trying to learn the basics.
Okay.
And then I just experimented with like sampling and like learning how to make a basic beat. And then my very first rap song, it was a journey.
Yeah. What song was that?
It's called Revolver.
Yeah, I listened to that one.
Yeah. That one was like, I went into this.
Some movie playing in the background. Revolver. While on YouTube.
Yeah, it's like a green screen.
Yeah.
Crappy looking
video.
And
you had long hair.
Yeah.
Yes. That's what it was. That one. That's that one. That's links in the notes, guys. Go watch it.
I went into this 100% with the idea that like, if it's crappy, that's okay, because I'm just creating something, and I think it's apparent that I'm like embracing that like it's not perfect, and it's just like
Plus, you're learning in the process.
Yeah, and I feel like
it's part of the journey.
Yeah, eventually you'll be able to tell I mean, at least I can tell that
You're
like everything
getting
is getting better.
I've noticed that. I noticed that from watching. I keep saying listening, but watching your stuff on YouTube. Like, I noticed it progressively. You could tell, even by just randomly not watching them in any specific order. I watched. You just dropped one about 5-6 days ago.
Yes.
Probably when this comes out. It's a couple weeks ago. And it's called Glass
World.
Glass World.
Yes.
That's cool. I gotta ask you. You got 45? I think the world wants to know. Nah, man. I was just teasing.
I think it's funny because that's like all that the influences that I listen to.
Yeah.
That's all they rap about is like having guns and shooting people and all this like outlandish stuff.
I'm gonna tell you, it's catchy, dude.
I think it's more appealing that it's just an ordinary guy doing all that singing, like rapping, that like influenced me even more. I was like, well, I could do this. This is fun.
It's so funny.
Easy.
Yeah.
And
sounds cool, dude.
It's really fun.
What's playing in the background of that video?
Of which one?
Of Glass World.
It's an anime called My Hero Academia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like
you edited all that together?
Yeah, I did.
It looked pretty rad.
Thanks.
For a second there, I go, dude's a mad animator. And it was like, I don't think this is his. It was so good. I was like, this dude would be making millions if he was doing this.
Oh, if I can animate, that would be sweet.
It'd be rad. You and me both, man. We'll figure it out.
It takes so long to animate, though.
Yeah, I know. We'll figure it out.
And like stop motion as well. I looked into doing like stop motion as like a part, like a way to be creative. It's not worth it.
Time consuming.
Yeah, it's like a week for like a couple seconds.
Yeah, I've thought about it too. I think we've all gone on like, what's the thing I could do that's neat for my to put, like, I'm sure you're thinking like, how these rap songs. This is where I get to whenever I say I think you have a multimedia mind. Yeah. Because you're like, I have this thing I want to say with this music, but how can I portray it in other ways too? And that's where the ideas come. Well, maybe I could do stop motion. Oh man, I don't have 6 months to do 3 minutes worth of video. But you'll find it. You'll find it. You're finding it.
Mm-hmm.
You've been doing Topo Chico, dude. When you've been doing this for the last, like, maybe you put out your first song with Apaltry like 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what I saw. And how many have you put out?
I don't know, like 7, I think.
7.
But I got more coming.
Nice. Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yes, I've got a brand new. Actually, have a brand new EP coming out.
Yeah, when's that? Sometime in the fall.
That one's coming out on the 14th of August.
Oh, right around the corner.
Yeah,
yeah, that's awesome. Well, congratulations, dude.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. It's got that song in it, Glass World.
Nice.
And it's
which will be at the end of this podcast if you're okay with that.
Yes, that's cool.
Awesome.
I felt like, I don't know why I started to do it. It just felt like I wanted to release a song like every month at one point, and then I was like, well, I don't like that song, so I don't want to release that. So I'll just save it for later. And then I would compile them together, but I wouldn't like them, so I would make a new song to replace that one. Mm-hmm. And then eventually I was just making new stuff, and I was like, I'm just going to make this into an EP.
That's great.
So it's like a bunch of different style stuff.
That's cool.
I like it. It's cool.
You calling the EP anything?
It's called Glass World too.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, go check that out, and if you give me a link, maybe we'll drop this on the 14th or something around there. So if you send me a link to where they can get it, it'll be in the show notes.
It'd be cool.
And everything, and go support them. So do you play out at all? Have you?
I've played a couple shows under like Seasonal Upswing, I guess. but nothing like.
Nothing with Apaltry yet?
No. I think I'm waiting for like me to. I'm very socially awkward, and I get stage
You've
fright
done
a lot.
very well here.
And
I would not have known you were socially awkward.
I just get a lot of. I get anxiety from being on stage and being like all the attention on me. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to figure out a way to like
do that.
Work up to the point where I'm just like I don't really care. I'm just gonna get up on stage, and rap all this lyrics.
I've noticed, and that whiskey helps a lot.
Yes.
Band prayer, right? Do 2 prayers right before you get on stage, man. You'll be all right. Well, let me know when you do, because we can promo it here, and I would love to come see it.
That'd be sick.
Is there anything you need to plug before we need to go? You got a new EP coming out.
I got a new EP coming out.
Your social medias and stuff like that?
I'm working on a bunch of stuff because I don't like dropping something I've been working on for like so long and then nothing afterwards.
Right. That's tough, right?
It's really hard.
We've all made that mistake.
But I'm trying to like the multimedia stuff. I love doing a bunch of different things, and I don't want to like create a separate channel for those things because I feel like Apaltry is just another outlet for me to express different things of myself.
You can hear that in your music. That's an avenue you can paint with all the colors like the Beastie Boys did. So I think you're right. And in multimedia too, I think that's cool.
I think on top of me doing this EP, I'm working on like, it's probably not going to come out for a while, but like a whole different type of music, but under the same Apaltry thing.
All right.
Where it's like more like chill hip hop, not like abrasive rap.
Okay.
And it's talking about like completely different lyrics than that, like complete opposite.
It's cool, dude.
Yeah.
I love it. I love when artists get these cool ideas. Because to them, I know they see something that we're only hearing bits and pieces of. Mm-hmm. But you have a bigger picture. It's like, it reminds me of this one time whenever I was in an emo band. I was the lead singer of an emo band called Forgetting Paris. And I thought it was so genius to have this song that was like a beautiful, like almost love emo ballad. And then and it would be called, it would be the main single on side A of this EP, and the side B had this other one that was more aggressive, and we'd scream so emo. And it would be, and side A would be called Secrets of the Ballroom, and then the side B was like To the Truth of the Underground. And it was this genius idea I had. It was like, it'll be epic, dude. And we wrote 2 songs and just never did
wonderful.
it. But I know that the joy I had with that idea, and the way, if it could have came out when I had the idea, and we would have had all the money and all the time in the world to do so, it would have been right up the alley of old Panic at the Disco, Fall Out Boy, Taking Back Sunday. It would have been perfect, brand new. Like, it would have been perfect for that era.
Yeah.
But now it sounds ridiculous, you know? It sounds... But, so when I hear artists that are excited like I was about that, I go, man, I hope they get to do that thing. Because I think there's probably some magic there.
I have like so many big ideas, but it's better for me to be like, just do it in some sort of way, even if it's not as big as like you envision it. It's important for me to just like do it.
It's good.
And then I think that comes across in other people's projects as well, where it's like seeing stuff that looks doable is more motivating than like seeing this multi-million-dollar music video or whatever.
Right.
Like seeing like a VHS music video where it's like very low quality, but the song is good.
Right.
It's like, I want to do that because that I could do that.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's a good attitude to have. I think being a doer is way better than being a perfectionist.
Mm-hmm. You spend a lot of time trying to perfect everything.
Yeah.
And it's never as good as who you look up to.
I guess it never is. I guess in a happy world, you'd be in an ideal medium of those two, where the quality is good, you're learning, you're still making quality, but your medium gets better, your average gets better, and you keep going. So you're not spending too much time, but you're spending enough time so you're not putting out. You want to progress, I guess. Yeah. Maybe you do. I don't know. Sometimes it's artistic to look. It's that Billy Joel song. You guys spend a lot of money before you start dressing like trash.
Yeah, that's my goal, is to just be average.
Yeah,
just be at the middle.
Just like me enough.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for being here, man.
Works.
I appreciate you. Was there anything else you wanted to plug before I probably cut you off there?
Oh no, you're good. Just EP Glass World coming out.
Yeah,
August 14th, or it's already out. I don't know.
Yeah, probably already out. And then
a lot of good stuff on there.
And we have, if you only listen to the audio version, we have this on YouTube. Go over there. I know that's new, so a lot of people are still heading over there, but please do.
In high quality 8K.
8K. All of them. We gathered all the Ks, and we made sure to get at least 4.
120 frames per second at least, at minimum. So.
All of them. All right. Thank you guys for coming and checking us out and spend some time with us. My friend Joel Apaltry, go check his stuff out, and everything's in the show notes. Honey Gold Records, Youngblood Podcast with Joshua Clifton. We'll see you guys next time.